Hi beautifuls, welcome back to my Chanel and welcome to another plastic surgery video, which is very, very apropos for my Chanel at the moment, my loves, because if you haven't seen my documentary on my facial feminization surgery and the journey, both emotional and physical, that I went through with facial team in Marbella, then you have to go and check it out. What are you doing, sis? Make sure you click the little card up here and watch that documentary first. Be warned though, it is a little bit emotional, but in all the right ways. With that being said, my loves, today it's time to go to the coast of Beverly Hills. Is Beverly Hills on the coast? I actually don't know. I feel like it's very tropical, so it feels like it should be. I've never been to America. Spoiler alert. So I've got absolutely no idea if it is on the coast or not. Anyway, we've got tropical lighting to show that we're on the coast and it's tropical and it's plastic surgery and it's ladies with plastic surgery. It's serving beach, plastic surgery. I'll get a grip, Lux. If I remember correctly, in the last episode, we saw a brewing tension between Dr. Ray and Haley, his wife. Is her name Haley? I've done it again. I've forgotten her name.
A dead body.
Last time the episode was all about breasts, and that was actually quite an interesting insight into how femininity and breasts and the feminine chest, shall we say, was perceived back in, when was this? 2006? 2004, the best TV show of 2004. Katie McCullough for the Chicago Tribune. Says it right there. Can you see that? Right there. Nice quote about an insane plastic surgery show. Although, actually saying that, Dr. 90210 is probably the best, most interesting plastic surgery show that I have seen on this Chanel because it portrays it in a much more realistic way, even if some of the doctors share problematic opinions, or opinions rather that we would consider problematic in 2022. Anyway, enough of my waffling. Get your beverage at the ready. Today I am again on the Pepsi Max from the skull of my enemies, and let's watch some plastic surgery, shall we? Oh, I do love a spot, just a tiny little bit of plastic surgery.
Dr. Ray and his wife get a new beginning. With business stacking up and a new child on the way.
Oh yes, it was the gender of the child, wasn't
his
it?
Family and his practice.
Once the baby comes, I'm probably not going to see him as much, or see him at all.
What do you mean? Once the baby comes, I'm probably not ever going to see him. What do you mean? That's... what? Was this normal for 2004? What, did men just like disappear when their wives had babies? Did they just go, sorry, I actually don't want anything to do with that?
You horrible, horrible girl.
Sorry. What a weird culture shock. So strange. Personally, I am child-free, and I also will never be getting married in my life because I don't believe in the contract of marriage. So, culture shock for me, girls. Oh, here we go. Oh, what a hideous shoe. Wait, what? Is this different? Oh, a woman's arched spine. A spine. What's happening? We're going into the palm trees. We're having a palm tree plastic. Religion. Sunset. A woman with a buggy. Osteotrician. Oh, Lawrence Lady. Okay, Haley's ultrasound. Come on.
So you know for sure?
I'll never say anyone's 100.
Of course, right.
But if I was wrong here, I'll paint the room for you.
That's a boy.
It's a boy?
I mean, this thing sticking out here?
It's a boy!
It's a boy! Oh, no.
When Dr. Platt told me I was having a boy, I was extremely happy with the news. I had always wanted a boy, too. I'd like to have one of each.
I don't know how
one
to
of
raise
each
boys.
and maybe everyone in between.
I'm afraid. I hope I can be a good dad.
See the face?
Wow, he's a handsome boy.
Oh my God.
I hope I can be a good dad, but I'm also never going to see it. Bye, Haley. I feel like if this was a girl, Dr. Ray would have been like,
Not another one? Oh, for God's sake, I can't stand this. Why does she need to do it?
Wow, he's a handsome boy.
Oh my gosh.
it's a xenomorph.
Very nice taste, you guys. But I hope you know you're looking at president.
I don't want him to be the president. Please. I can't believe it's a boy.
Congratulations.
Boy, she doesn't want him to be the president.
A little boy. You have a little boy. That's amazing.
Dr.
Huh?
Ray looks different. Again. Oh, look! the sunset.
Robert's schedule is just super busy. Once the baby comes, I'm probably not going to see him as much.
How can you say
Or
that?
see him at all. It'll be even worse. My dream would be for Robert to find a partner.
I like solo practice because I don't have to answer to anyone else.
Yeah,
There are huge personalities in plastic
I
surgery.
mean, you should.
We just prefer to be alone.
You can't be a lone wolf. You can't practice plastic surgery alone.
I love that. I love that. This show has a sense of humor because he was like,
I need to be alone. I don't want to answer to anybody else.
This is a picture of his wife's slit.
I mean, you do already answer to your clients. Your clients are your boss, realistically. And then we have Dr. Elbow here, Dr. Ellenbogen, saying, you can't be a lone wolf. You just can't do it, girls. You'll get goiter and die.
If you can't practice plastic surgery alone, you need different people to take care of things. This is our family.
That's true. Chaotic
What I
piano.
offer is a postgraduate aesthetic surgery fellowship. I've trained 18 different fellows. When Dr.
Amazing.
Spalak came through the program, I could recognize that he was somebody who was really exceptional. And lo and behold, the next fellow I took in, Dan Yamini, was just as good as Dr. Spalak.
I feel like this is something that's not really talked about when it comes to plastic surgeons. The way that they learn their craft is usually almost kind of like, not really, but it's kind of like an apprenticeship, if you know what I mean. So they'll shadow a doctor who's already like super established in his industry, or rather, should I say, super established in his speciality, depending on what that is. They learn all of their techniques and then like go off and learn new ones on top of that. So the knowledge of plastic surgery is like forever being added to through these like specific, if you kind of can call them that, families of knowledge. And I don't think that's really talked about very much, if you know what I mean. It's a very interesting dynamic, I think.
So I took in two of the best guys that I possibly could.
It's a tremendous benefit to walk into a practice where there's somebody senior and very experienced, because you learn a lot of the subtleties in the art of cosmetic surgery where you wouldn't learn that necessarily on your own.
It's really helped me increase my skills in terms of just running a practice.
Thank you all for coming to my course today. I will be giving this with Dr. Spalak, who's been with me for 3 years, Dr. Yamini, who's been with me 2 years. We have a very, very high satisfaction rate. One of my patients was so grateful. She tattooed my face on her breast.
You guys are in a crisis. I'm on my way.
Well, that's a choice. Tattooed his face onto her breast. Mary Magdalene is shaking.
Mary has had surgery on her vagina to gain what she calls the fattest vagina in the world.
Well, that's what a lot of them like.
After the lecture.
They really enjoy
That was a short lecture, wasn't it? She tattooed
really
her face
aggressive
onto my breast.
type surgery.
I try to surround myself with people with very positive attitudes. And we work together as a family.
I just love plastic surgery.
Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. We're off to the strip clubs.
That's our only other option right now.
What else are two guys gonna do?
Don't go on Twitter after dark.
Your dogs are gay.
My name is Sarah. I'm a financial analysis manager.
A mysterious woman of a mysterious age. Age question mark. She's actually an eldritch terror. She's been around for 17,000 years. Redondo Beach. She wants an extreme makeover. Oh! I actually already have 3 episodes of Extreme Makeover on this Chanel. If you know where I can find any other ones, please leave them in the comments because it's a deleted, lost to time show. Can't find them anywhere, even though there was like 8 seasons, and it's so annoying because I bet it's filled with such insane transformations. Go. What does she want?
My name is Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm a financial analysis manager. And I'm seeing Dr. Ellenbogen because he's going to perform nasal surgery, fat implants on my face, as well as breast augmentation and body sculpting.
Oh, she's going on the swan!
I'm Sarah's boyfriend. I'm here to support her in her
You
surgery.
look identical to that doctor we saw earlier. Absolutely identical to that man. What was he called? Dr. Svidbatlies. I forget. He was at the lecture, the 32-second lecture about a woman's breast tattoo.
Here to support her in her surgery.
I bet
Since I've come to California, I know that I've changed a lot. There's a lot of opportunity here to be outside, to enjoy the outdoors, to do active things.
Was it unusual to see a woman in the gym in 2004 like this? Was it unusual? I come to realise that because I was such a young person in the mid-2000s, that I had like no idea how the world was working and just how much of these sorts of shows impacted my psyche. No idea at all.
That's been a very large transition for me.
Exercise.
My family is, for the most part, on the East Coast. I'm the only one out here in California. Jim is the only family-like person I have. Well, my parents both, they passed away. My sister is currently living in New York, and she's a year older than I am. She's extremely protective of me, and for that reason, I haven't told her about this surgery because I don't want her to worry.
Okay. I say patients can be as private as they want about their cosmetic
Mr. Burns.
I think there's no right or wrong. Some people are very secretive about it initially, and then they're so happy they go and tell the whole world, look at me, look at me.
What I'm gonna do,
I think, actually, this is one of those things that's changed with culture as it's changed. With the rise of social media such as Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all these like front-facing camera sort of social medias, as you like, the willingness and the boldness to share experiences with plastic surgery is so much more common now. It used to be 20 years ago, and even 20 years before that it was like,
you've had plastic surgery. You vain bigot! How dare you share this with the world?
Do you know what I mean? Because it would almost be like rubbing it in people's faces. So it was very secretive. Like, you can't tell the papers I've had work done. I feel like our culture now is completely different to what it was in 2004. And nowadays, people are so much more open about the procedures that they have had, including me. Remember to check my documentary. The link is in the description box below.
Happy they go and tell the whole world, look at me, look at me.
What I'm gonna do, rather than tell her before, is surprise her with the new me.
Not sure about that, sis. Don't surprise people with surgery. It's not just popping on your lunch break. Oh, chaos! They love a good chaotic zoom in this show.
Dr. Ellenbogen's office is comfortable and casual.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Listen to this.
Dr. Ellenbogen's office is comfortable and casual.
I'm sorry. Dr. Ellenbogen's office.
Dr. Ellenbogen's office is comfortable.
Comfortable and casual? Comfortable and casual.
That's going to drive me mad.
What are you talking about? This room looks like IKEA had a beige parasite.
Full and casual. It almost seems festive atmosphere going on.
I'm Dr. Ellenbogen.
A relaxed atmosphere. Nothing about that was relaxing.
I noticed you had nose surgery 5 years ago.
Okay, so it's a revision.
And, don't like the shape of it, doesn't breathe well. What is the problem now?
I have so much nasal trouble, sinus trouble.
Come with me to the next room.
This is an interesting thing to actually raise here. So there is actually several different like specialities of rhinoplasty. And with that, even I'm not very educated on the exact differences, but I know for sure you don't go to a cosmetic surgeon to have a medical procedure such as to fix perennial rhinitis, which is like a sinus problem, basically, because that's not cosmetic. It's a slightly different branch of plastic surgery. So interesting that she's gone, but maybe this was 20 years ago, so maybe, well, 18 years ago, but like, who's really being pernickety? So maybe they didn't know that back then, and maybe that wasn't like common knowledge. You just go to a rhinoplasty surgeon and like hope for the best, I guess.
Me to the next room.
All right.
If you look at your nose from the front, it's just basically too big. I mean, your facial features are very delicate and very feminine and very small, and the nose is too big. In the 30s, you start to lose some of the fat in your cheeks, and not only can we put a little fat into the chin right over here, we can actually fill out your cheeks just a little bit, sort of the way you were in your 20s, and it really just brings out the eyes. I like your eyes. You got kind of a Laura Bacall thing going on.
We're going to fat inject into the optic nerve. Okay, so she's basically having like a face makeover.
What could be more fun than changing somebody's face the way that you want to change it?
Yeah.
What would be the total surgical time?
The nose will take me about an hour. The fat in the face, probably 10 minutes. The breast surgery takes about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and the liposuction will probably take about an hour and a half, an hour 45 minutes. So it'll be about three and a half hours, maybe 4 at the absolute max. It's
wow,
like
a body makeover in 3.5 hours. Wow. For context, my facial feminization surgery took 10 hours. And I've still got a long way of healing to go, so if you spy something where it shouldn't be, I already know. Don't you worry about that. I'm still all swollen and numb, so...
So it's not 8 or 10 hours or so.
Dido, white flag. She's fucking dead.
My plastic surgery for the day, and I leave my office, I'm a different person. I can relax. I like to feel that I'm just a regular person.
Oh, it's very gauche though.
Because of my business, and I just love nudes from the 30s. And we have them on our furniture, on our lamps, on our pictures.
I just love nudes from the 30s. Do you know what we call that? It's a certain type of flag from a flag factory. Is it scarlet? Is it a scarlet flag? Flag victory.
We have them on our furniture, on our lamps, on our pictures.
I mean, at least they're tasteful. It's not just literally like, here's some tits from the 30s.
One of the few houses.
Oh my God, a murder basement.
Cellar. I have, I think, by last count, 16 trumpets.
Wow.
All different kinds.
She's a musical tutor.
I'm on it twice a week.
I used to be on it all the time. I just
twice a week.
Stopped. I got
Sorry, you go on the treadmill twice a week. What's that gonna do?
I used to be on it all the time. I just stopped. I got into a snit lately.
A snit? A snit? Huh. Dr. Ray's house.
Shall we go?
Oh look, another gym bunny.
We're all ready? We're
Jeez,
all out?
queen.
Come on, guys. Let's go in.
Oh, I left my...
The puppy's lost
Who else
again.
Are we missing?
The brown one.
Da, 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 da. This music is probably copyright. Oh, they've got 2 chihuahuas. I want to know more about the chihuahuas. Oh. It's like the Teletubbies, isn't it?
Oh my God, you're a big girl. Mommy made a little mess. Let's go take these items inside, okay? Big mess.
Hi, gorgeous.
Say, Mommy, you're a pig pen.
I didn't want you to clean it.
Family time is perhaps the most significant sacrifice you make. You know, I never have time to work out.
Okay,
if I don't squeeze
later.
a little in here and there.
It's the worst thing to sacrifice.
go.
There are
Things
other
that
things
have
you can
boiling hot
sacrifice.
chocolate.
Sweetheart,
Yes?
if I didn't know better, we could pass for a dysfunctional family.
I could have told you that a long time ago.
He can't just
Ingest,
come home
sis.
and stay here. At home, he gets antsy. He feels like he needs to be doing something.
It's really hard to be the greatest.
Ironically, that sentence, at home he gets antsy, he feels like he needs to be doing something. He is doing something. He's spending time with his family. What he's antsy about is that he doesn't want to spend time with his family. That's the vibe. If you are spending quality time with your family, that is still doing something. You are actively participating in the lives of other people. That isn't just lounging about face down on the floor, contemplating nothing for several hours. Like, you are raising your children into being hopefully functional, well-adjusted adults, and you're also spending quality time with your significant other that you married and put a baby in. I don't understand. I don't understand why people would marry someone they don't want to spend time with. Why?
It's really hard to be the greatest doctor in the world, the greatest businessman, the greatest parent, and
That's why you get
or spouse.
assistoiles.
It's just really tough when you're a doctor.
Ooh, that pond looked a bit green, didn't it? Pond pool. Palm tree, seagull, I've got gout. Sarah's house. She's got 3 garages. We're at the beach. Who is this man? Oh, Jim. Hello, Jim.
Talk to your mom. Tell her about the surgery.
Yeah, I finally talked to her.
A fashionable bucket hat and a say-something slut hoop.
Really? No, it's Naomi. I haven't told my sister. I think she'll be very surprised, maybe even shocked. The size of my
Yes.
chest, the only thing.
How can you not?
I think everyone back in this day and age would be shocked if you were going to go to them and just say, I'm going to have a nose job, some fat implants, and a boob job all at once. I think people would be shocked. I'd be shocked. I still kind of feel like that's kind of a lot of work to have done in one go, but at least she's come to the decisions to have this done by herself. Do you know what I mean? And that's in where I feel like it varies greatly from the Swan, because it's not for a competitive reason and it's not to go on a pageant. In which you might be told you're not beautiful enough anyway to get to the pageant.
Why aren't you making it to the pageant?
We actually watched the season 2 finale of the Swan pageant recently on My Chanel, and it was quite the experience. So make sure you go back and watch that if you haven't seen it.
The size of my chest, the only thing.
How can you not be happy with that?
I didn't seriously think about breast augmentation until I moved to California. Here, the weather's warm all the time. You're wearing lighter clothing. You're in a bathing suit a lot more often than you are back east.
I suppose we are all influenced by our surroundings, aren't we? Which is fine.
California definitely changes people in my mind. I think it's the climate.
You know, people arrive in California and they start considering plastic surgery more. I think the reason for that is it's just warm. There are more exposed bodies here.
The only concern is, you know, of course, that she comes out of the...
I didn't consider my plastic surgery because it's warm. What a fascinating and interestingly bizarre, like, statement. As if that infers that, like, people in colder countries don't get plastic surgery. Not sure I agree with that, Dr. A.
Concern is, you know, of course, that she comes out of the surgery safe.
Yes, of course. Surgery is a big undertaking and you should never do it lightly. It's not just like a whim, you go off and do it. Do your research. Make sure that everything is good and in order and that your body is healthy to even do this. Ellenbogen office. What a calm environment.
You want a marker for the lipo and the breasts? Today we're having Sarah Gwynn's surgery. We're going to fix her nose job, make it look more realistic. She's going to have facial fat grafting.
Wait, what? To look more realistic? What was that?
Make it look more realistic. We're going to fix her nose job, make it look more realistic. She's going to have facial fat grafting. She's going to have a breast augmentation. And she's also going to have liposculpture. We like to call it the 40,000 mile checkup.
This is another.
We like to call it the 40,000 mile checkup.
This is another area you don't like, right?
I bet you do.
Correct.
Oh,
I want that one. Can you leave that one on there for me?
Leave that one there, please.
He looks like
we
a boyfriend.
bonded over time.
It changes them. You know, they can, they can get different clothes.
What?
They can get different clothes. It changes them. You know, they can, they can get different clothes.
She feels it.
I mean, I know that, like, to get liposuction, you're doing body contouring in order to make yourself feel more confident and more, like, wear the clothes that you want, etc., blah, 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 whatever it is that you want to achieve with something like sculpting, body sculpting in that way. But for them to be, like, whispering about, like, she can get new clothes. What if she gets this and wants to wear baggy t-shirts? Like, that's up to her. Do you know what I mean? That feels a little bit misogynistic. The expectation that, like, after she has this surgery, she'll be like, oh, it's time for negligee. Like, I don't really like that very much. Or inferring that the boyfriend will then be, like, more inclined to be like, oh yeah, wear the lingerie, slap me about and call me a sissy.
I'm going to cream.
Right, here we go.
She feels it. It looks like your eyes are getting heavy. I think she inhaled.
Oh.
We're putting the breast implants in through the armpit. And the advantage is there's no scar on the breast itself.
Yes.
Dr. Youn is the newest fellow in the program. I'd love to keep him with me, but unfortunately he's going to go back.
Dr. Anthony Youn! Oh my goodness. So Dr. Anthony Youn is really famous on TikTok and Instagram for his short informational like reels and TikToks about plastic surgery, seeing whether people have had plastic surgery and also plastic surgery results gone wrong. How fascinating. So this is him. This is where he got his start. Ooh. Oh, it's like peeping into history.
But unfortunately he's going to go back to Detroit. We made him an offer he couldn't refuse, and he refused it. I had Dr. Youn extract the fat from...
He made him an offer he couldn't refuse, and he refused. Love that, sis. You do you. Oh, liposuction is so shaving a turkey.
I had Dr. Youn extract the fat from me for the fat grafting. We've done this a couple of 100,000 times.
Okay.
200.
Saline?
Plant is in. Let's blow her up. This is good. Symmetry is good. Let's put her down. Let's go with that. How long did that take us, Dean?
1 hour and 15 minutes.
We're starting the nose job. It's all done from the inside.
It's amazing how taking out just little pieces or changing little pieces of cartilage can make such a big difference in a nose.
Wow.
It's a surgery of millimeters.
Yes.
You know, same kind of file you have in your garage, except they make it a medical instrument and charge $300 to $500 for it.
Oh my God.
It's a lot smaller.
Oh, that snap then. I forget that rhinoplasty is actually quite a... Rhinoplasty is really a sort of like file and... What do you call this when you're like... What is that called? Not an ice pick. Chisel? Chisel and hammer? It's really a chisel and hammer surgery, isn't it?
That's a lot smaller.
And I've had one. Tapper, tapper, tapper. Oh, she's going to be sore in the morning, girls. Time for packing.
Who has her nose done fears breaking the nose. Snap. Those are the nasal bones breaking. Nose surgery took how long, Dean?
About 48 minutes.
We're going to do the fat grafting now. It's kind of fun. This is the way plastic surgery will be done 10 years from now. And call Dr. Spalak. It is liposuction time. I no longer
he was right. He said there, this is the way plastic surgery will be done in the next 10 years. Like, this was 2004. Did the BBL start to get very popular in 2014? No, it's probably a little bit later than that, wasn't it? But he's right. Fat transfer is absolutely a crucial part of the plastic surgery industry now. Much more than it ever has been previously.
The prophecy is true. I no longer do liposuction. It's something I was never my best. Takes a tremendous amount of physical activity. So I'm glad that both Dr. Youn and Dr. Spalak are so good at liposuction.
Most of this is fat. This is the only liquid part.
I believe we took a total of about 4.2 liters off, so that's roughly around 9 pounds fat.
Sarah's in surgery right now, and it's almost over, and...
I know I get shocked. I know I get shocked when I watch these things, but like... It's almost like an initial shock, because like, plastic surgery doesn't gross me out, but it can shock me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not watching this going, ugh, I can't watch. Oh, it's disgusting. I'm watching it going like, oh, show me more. What's next? A dead body. Do you know what I mean? It's a very strange experience. The idea that she's just had like 9 pounds of fat removed is bonkers. That's 4 kilograms of fat. 4 kilos, that's 8 bags of 500 grams of sugar. That's a baby. Babies usually weigh about 9 pounds, don't they? Do they? I don't know. I don't know any babies. Babies in the audience, do you weigh 9 pounds?
I'm getting really anxious.
If I was in there, we'd be done like an hour ago.
Oh, is it overrunning?
At least.
Okay, we're done here.
It's not about speed, it's about quality.
I think overall, probably took close to 6 hours.
Congratulations.
6 hours, so much longer than what they said.
I didn't even know.
She's fine. She's just waking up right now.
Okay, we're going to recovery room.
Oh, what a hideous recovery room.
If
I woke up to wallpaper like this, I'd be like,
the drugs are still in my system, girls.
Seeing Jim as I come out of anesthesia made me just feel that everything went well. Just being able to see his face gave me a calming feeling that everything was fine.
Oh! Oh! My heart. Cute. That's so sweet. Oh! The ocean! Right, Dr. Reyes, what argument are they going to have this time?
You want me to stay and finish? He wants to play with Sydney at 11 o'clock at night. And usually he doesn't get the warmest reception from her. So now he's developed a system where he brings her a treat.
Here's the purple. You want to mix the colors?
No.
Let me get rid of this thing, because I'm for sure going to get this in my suit.
I wish you had time to eat during the day. I think today was too much. You must have had like 16 consultations.
Yeah, and I'm depressed. Not depressed, but I just can't conquer the issue of slow consults. I just can't speed up. This is so important. I don't like to just rush in and, hi, how are you? Sign here. You know, this is the implant.
Half an hour is a long time to
half
discuss
an hour.
that. Because then they talk to Norma, then they talk to you again. Morning of surgery. One thing I can tell you as your wife, you do talk a lot.
Yeah, but you don't have to do 16 a day. You can split out your work.
Half an hour to 40 minutes with each patient is not rushing. That's a long time with each patient. Because I've had patients, when I worked with you, I've had patients come to me and go, man, your husband talks a lot.
They always want too little, and then they regret it later.
I think there's a disaster going on.
Oh my God. That means that there's a big mess here.
Start the bed.
Oh my God.
Oh, what's she done? Oh no, she's murdered a family of Smurfs.
Maybe next time
Oh, disgusting.
have a bright idea for a toy.
Oh, look what you've done, Dr. Ray. All this plastic surgery made our baby spill paint everywhere, and it's all your fault.
Part of our marriage for the good of his practice.
Haley has hinted at me having a partner.
Yes.
I'm softening up the idea.
He's just a bit rubbish. Oh, a film of the werewolves are now coming. That's all he needs. Oh, needs a bit of a seizure? The Grand Hotel. Dr. Youn's graduation! Oh!
Here's to Tony, the best fellow we've ever had.
Oh.
After Steve and I.
Cheers. Hello, family.
Hello.
The reason we're here is to bid adieu to Tony Youn. He'll be in Rochester,
Tony
Michigan,
Youn.
and we will all sorely miss him.
Oh,
very,
look how
very
young
much.
he is! Oh. Imagine graduating on TV. That's wild.
I want to thank Dr. Ellenbogen for teaching me how to be a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon.
Yes.
This is for you. Thank you.
It's a pair of
These guys
Louboutins.
are like my children. In 3 or 4 years, when I'm out of this business, they take it over.
Oh, he was going to leave the business in 3 or 4 years, so he would have been retired now. I don't know how old he is, if he's still with us. So he would have retired in like 2007, 2008. Wow. That was quick for a graduation party. New York, on the go, Dr. Bogan office.
I know this has been one of the best weeks in your whole life.
Relaxing
It hasn't been that
office.
bad, actually.
Okay, let me see how you're doing
Right,
here.
let's see.
Okay, I'm going to take the splint off your nose.
Ooh, 7 days later.
Won't hurt me a bit.
That was not
I
fun.
wasn't as concerned with you as I was with
Oh,
me.
you were talking about yourself. Open your eyes. Come
Oh.
over here, and it's still swollen. It's not the final result.
Yeah.
But if you turn sideways,
Seeing my nose was amazing. I've had nasal surgery before, and having the splint removed, it looked nothing like it does now.
Does look great.
After rhinoplasty, it's not infrequent to have black eyes.
What black eye is basically staining of inside of the skin with a few drops of blood which have oozed out from where the bones were shifted.
Which is really weird because it's very, very common for people to get 2 black eyes when they have a nose job. I didn't get black eyes at all. I still have a tiny bruise across here, but like, it never got any more dramatic than that. Watch my documentary for proof. The link is in the description.
this is a straight line.
Oh, breasts.
Let's look at your arms first. So yeah, there's a little swelling, a little bruising. That's all normal.
What
My
size
sister
did she go from
got on
and
a
to?
jury trial, so she was in Manhattan busy with that and hadn't been able to talk to her. Can't wait till I'm in a little better shape, and then I'm gonna go and surprise her with what I've
Yeah,
done.
you do feel very weak and pathetic after surgery. Is she gonna tell the sister?
My sister is flying in from New York. She hasn't.
There's gonna be a
seen
reveal!
me
The swan!
Since, I had the procedure, and she's not aware that I've had the procedure. So it's gonna be a surprise for
Wait, hang on. Let's have a little look at her cheeks. Do her cheeks look a lot fuller? I suppose they do. Her nose looks nice as well. It's very natural results, which is really good because I still don't feel like you'd be able to tell that this woman has had plastic surgery. Do you know what I mean?
aware that I've had the procedure. So it's gonna be a surprise.
She might just be
for
like,
her,
"You've done
and
something
can't wait
different.
to see
What you
her
doing?
reaction when she
What's
sees
that?"
me. She, if somebody knows me so well that I think it will be a good gauge for me to see how she reacts.
Okay. A game.
Sarah?
Oh, she looks like Mia Jovovich slightly.
Yeah, she's coming.
Good.
Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time.
You look great.
You know. Oh my gosh, you look very young.
Did you do
Just young?
something different?
Just
Yes.
a little bit.
Yeah.
6 hours of plastic
Just some
surgery.
face, huh?
We better stand up and give
Stand
her the
up,
whole
stand up.
give her the whole view.
Oh, you look so curvaceous.
Yes. I had a little plastic surgery.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. My chin, my nose.
Oh, I have to have it too then.
Oh.
Everything she gets, I have
Just
to
the
have.
package.
Wow, she did this all. She didn't tell me a thing.
You
Oh, she looks a bit disappointed, doesn't she?
It's been
And now cut to lots of laughing.
watching her body transition. It gets better.
Oh,
almost by the day.
wow! Her cheeks make a really big difference. Also, very talented nose revision there as well. Brilliant. What excellent work. Oh, Dr. Ellenbogen.
Hey.
It's neat to try things on, things
pixelations.
that I wouldn't have worn in the past because
Why are we
maybe
pixelating?
tight-fitting. Have worn in the past because they're maybe tight-fitting or shorter than normal, and wow, they look great. So glad to see you.
Oh, what a great reveal that was.
On the next Dr.
Oh
90210.
no, girls. that was a lovely little reveal. So, my lovelies, at this point, I would usually say, I'm pushing away my laptop and I'm taking out my Aufhänger, but I'm not actually on a laptop, and I also don't have headphones in because I don't know how I'm gonna fix it into this new setup that I'm having. I hope you enjoy it. But I still have some thoughts on today's episode. So, at the very end there, I thought that was a really weird way for them to reveal to the sister. It kind of almost felt like maybe the producers were like, oh, have you got a reveal you can show to your sister because we're calling this an extreme makeover? Like, oh. On Extreme Makeover, they usually have this big reveal to like friends and family and anyone in their like work life or whatever of this big like transformation. And that kind of felt like Dr. 90210 was trying to capitalize a little bit on that kind of genre of makeover show, but it's not that kind of a show. Do you know what I mean? This, I feel like, is the most in-depth, scientific way of making a show like this. I mean, of course, it's still reality TV because there's the drama with Dr. Ray and his wife. There's the drama just with Dr. Ray full stop and his kind of like, I don't know, edgy, somewhat problematic opinions about plastic surgery. I did kind of feel like the sister, her initial thought, even though she said, oh, it's lovely, I'll have to get some, she kind of had this thing where she was like, she kind of looked, and there was this moment of like the face drop. Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh, there's a different, like the emotion. Okay, time for an Oscar. Me being like, do you see what I mean? There was that kind of a moment of almost like, oh, why didn't you tell me? Or, oh, you've had plastic surgery, or, you know, something like that. Very interesting ending to this episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments box below, my loves. Today's Twitch shout out goes to Void Fox. Thank you so much for following me over on Twitch, you stunning woman on the go. And if you want to be in with a chance of being featured in my next video's Twitch shout out, make sure you follow me over on Twitch. I am now back to regular scheduled streaming every Monday and every Thursday, my loves, with every now and then an extra one somewhere in there. Thank you guys so much for your consistently gorgeous support. You are enabling me to thrive and survive, my loves. If you would like to support me via Patreon, please check out the link in the description box below. There are various different rewards you can have at various different tiers of support. And you also get access to the outtakes on my second channel. I want to say a massive thank you to my top tier Patreons, Aloria, Beebles32, Shell Herman, Christina Kyle, ContraPoints, Crafty Leaks, Danielle, Dr. A, Dr. Dreamerella, Jevod, Elizabeth Stone, Eric Castillo, Jen Martin, Jenny Hendricks, Caitlin Wright, Laura Jane again, Les Banana, Lisa Pennington, Min TM, Moisten98, Mariah Sherman, Nixie Tricks, Paolo Rivera, Rachel the Seabiscuit, Romano, Ryan Vita, Sasha Smith, Sexy Texy RN, Slampire Queen, Stefutech, Stephanie Niatupski, Travaful, Tromo, Victoria Corella, and Orkos Emoji, my loves. Yes. And with that, my lovelies, I'm going to leave it on the note of, if you're a plastic surgeon, don't talk about women's bodies like, oh, now she can wear something new and different and exciting. Like, it's up to her what she wants to wear. Okay? And with that, my loves, I will see you in the next video. Yes.